beads. I'll be looking, okay? Let's give it up for Aaron Chandler.
Alright guys. Hey Nathan, after I want to talk to you about some dance moves. Cool? Are you guys ready to sell some sets? Yeah! Awesome. Before I get into my talk though, I just want to tell everybody that you guys should be proud about yourself for being here today. Like KP was mentioning, I was really terrible. It took me about 5-6 weeks to hit my first promotion. But I started coming to events like this, trying to learn as much as possible. And because I invested time in myself, I was able to accelerate my results. So just, pat on the back for yourselves. Before I get into my talk, if you guys want to sell sets, a couple things you got to do when you close. You have to close confident. You have to assume the sale. So when you ask Miss Jones whether she wants to buy it or not, you just got to assume that she's going to say yes. Okay? And you got to drop down slow if she says no. Okay? A little rhyme there. Drop down slow if she says no. Yeah.
Like that.
So most people try to close on the homemaker the first time. When Miss Jones says no to the homemaker, if she does. If she doesn't, great, so homemaker. If not, you have to put Miss Jones at ease. If you guys look at the map, everybody got a handout? Everybody got a handout? Yeah. Okay, no problem, Miss Jones. Is it too much money or too many knives? You got to find out why she said no. Okay, if you don't know why, then you're not going to be able to address the issue. So if she says it's too much money, you got to ask, is it too much money for knives? Or is it too much for you to fit in your budget? Because those are two different answers. Okay? If she says it's too much for knives, then that's a value building problem. Okay? You need to build up the value of Cutco, then you got to come back and close. If you guys have it scripted out here, so you guys don't have to worry about notes too much, but it's say, well, Miss Jones, we could have made Cutco with stainless steel instead of high carbon stainless steel. We could have made them with wooden handles instead of plastic. We could have made them with wooden instead of thermal resin handles to cut costs. We could use a partial tang and brass rivets instead of a full tang with silver nickel rivets to cut costs. But then it wouldn't be Cutco, it wouldn't be guaranteed forever, and it wouldn't be the last set of knives you would ever buy. Okay, so you outline the high quality features of Cutco. So if they don't think it's worth it, build a little value in Cutco before you go in and close again. And then I'd like to give them an example of what they would buy if they didn't buy Cutco today. So let's say we did use cheap materials and this set only cost you $200. You'd have to replace it every 2 years for the next 30 years, which would be about $3,000, not including inflation. Not to mention the frustration of dealing with dull knives and the energy and time you would waste with every single one of those sets. Ms. Jones, do you see why price is what it is? And you kind of nod your head. Non-verbals are really important when you're selling. See why price is what it is? So you think you want to go ahead and get your last set of knives forever, knock it all at once, or you want to put it on easy 5K option? Okay? Give them two options. Don't ask them whether they want to get it or not. Ask them how they want to get it. You want to pay it all at once? You want to knock it off at once? You want to take advantage of our easy 5K?
Yeah.
Okay? And just assume that she's going to say yes. Now, if Ms. Jones is not a value building problem, if Ms. Jones just can't fit in her budget, you got to confirm, first of all, that the homemaker set is a set that they want to have. Okay? So a question you ask if they say, it's just not something I can fit in my budget right now. It's not too much for knives, the product's really good, but it's just not something I can fit into my budget right now. Ask them, if you had the money, would this be the set that you want to own? If they say no, don't try to sell them something that they don't want. You're going to lose the customer. You're going to push them away. If they say that's not the set that they want to own, you just drop down to the galley set. If they say yes, then repeat the situation to them and offer them a solution. Okay? You repeat the situation to them so they understand that they're being understood. Okay? It's really frustrating for a customer to be dealing with a salesman or sales rep, whatever, and they feel like the salesman is not understanding them. So you have to repeat the situation so that they know that you understand them. Okay, and that way they don't zone out. Now, if it is a set that they want to own, it's just too much for the budget, you go into the Cutco for Clunkers program. Raise your hand if you heard of the Cutco for Clunkers program. Some of you guys heard about it, some of you guys don't. It's a trade-in. I call it the Cutco for Clunkers program. Okay? I set up a little bit different too. So you go into it, okay, Ms. Jones, no problem. Say you like Cutco and you want to own Cutco, but the price is just a little out of reach for you right now. You wait for a response. Say, yeah, exactly. Exactly. He understands me. He knows I like Cutco. I just can't get it right now because of the price. Well, Ms. Jones, do you think you can go without the free stuff to save some money for right now? And they have to go without the free stuff because if not, we can't be free stuff and Cutco for Clunker program. No. Has to go without the free stuff. So you say, Ms. Jones, can you go without the free stuff just to save some money? Of course you're going to be like, oh yes, of course I can go without the free stuff. Say, okay, cool. Well, a lot of customers, because it's showing that everybody does it. People buy because other people buy it, for that simple reason. That's why name dropping during your demos is really good. So you say, okay, cool, Ms. Jones. Well, a lot of customers that are in the same situation as you, who like Cutco, but it just seems a little out of reach financially, have been taking advantage of our Cutco for Clunkers program. You pause right there. After program, I want you to write in pause. Because Ms. Jones is going to be like, what? Did they have some cash for clunkers or something like that? Yeah, they used to have cash for clunkers when they traded in the car. They could get 20 miles per gallon. So say Cutco for clunkers are going to be like, what? What's that? You say, Ms. Jones, you have 3 knives that you don't really use anymore, same way that you set it up for a trade-in. Ms. Jones, you have 3 knives you wouldn't use anymore? And she's going to say, yeah, of course. She's going to have a whole drawer full. Okay? Can I see them real quick? And when you see them, right in there, try to get 3 different size knives. So she's going to pull them out. Yeah, I got a ton. Which ones do you want? Try to get a big one, a medium, and a small one. And you got to set it up. Set up the program by asking them, how much do you think you can get for these at a garage sale? I don't know, $5, $10, whatever. She's going to say some low number. Well, with the Cutco for Clunkers program, I can give you $90 for that big knife, $75 for that medium knife, and $50 for that small baby one. That's a total of $215 off your set today. That brings the price down to $864, which is only $186 on our Easy Pay option. Ms. Jones, that's only $46 out of a weekly budget. Think you can swing that? Yeah. So when you ask though, you see how right there in parentheses, like Larry and some other people mentioning, nonverbals are really important when you're closing. You gotta say it like it's no big deal. Shrug your shoulders, nod your head, and smile. Ms. Jones, $46 out of a week's budget. You think you swing that? No big deal. You want to get it today? Awesome. Okay? No, honestly, that's exactly how I asked. You want to get it today? Whatever. And if they say yes, this is optional. I use this. If I'm ever giving somebody so much stuff for free, they gotta give me some recommendations. So I say, because now they've already agreed that they can afford that, they can swing that, they can put that in their budget. So they say, okay, great. The only thing you have to do to qualify for Cutco for Clunkers program is help me out with my automatic sponsorship. And you go to page 21. Okay?
Oh.
Guys like that? Good. Good. So if you guys have any recommendation problems, that's nice. You'll get at least and you can adjust it however you want. You can say, Ms. Jones, all you gotta do is hook me up with 1 page of recommendations, and or you can just say 10 recommendations, whatever. If they say no, again, put them at ease. Okay, no problem, Ms. Jones. Well, there's 2 things I can do to help you out with the price. I can show you a set that's just a little smaller, or I could hook you up with our builder program, where, you turn the page, where you get your favorite pieces and a few table knives to start off, and build your forever set over time. And call it a forever set. That lets them know they're going to have it forever, but you can build your forever set over time. It's called a builder program. Okay? And that right there, again, you're not asking them whether you're going to drop down or anything like that. You're giving them 2 options, and you're letting them choose from those 2 options that you gave them. Okay? Now, if they want the smaller set, go ahead and drop down to the galley set. I'll cover that in a little bit, but if they like the builder program, all you do is say, okay, cool, Ms. Jones, all we got to do, pick out your 3 to 5 favorite pieces. Okay, we're going to slap on half the table knives, 4 of the table knives, and just price all that out, add on the block. Don't forget to add on the block. Okay, if you know how to give out discounts, you know the point system, give them a discount and sell a homemaker builder set. If you don't know how to give out discounts, call the manager and say, hey, I'm doing a homemaker builder set here. This is what they got. This is line 1 or whatever. What kind of discount can we give them with the homemaker builder? Okay. Now we're going back up to the top right here. If they say it's not a matter of money, it's just too many knives. Okay. They don't feel like they'd use all the knives. So what do? You show them how they use all the knives. Right? That just makes sense. Okay, so you say, no problem, Miss Jones. But if you really think about it, you cook about 3 to 4 nights a week, right? You should always ask them how many nights a week that they cook, so you know during the demonstration at the beginning. Perry covered that. But let's say they cover 3 to 4. They cook 3 to 4 nights a week. Miss Jones, that's 170 nights a year. That's over the next 30 years. You're gonna be making over 5,200 dinners, not to mention breakfast and lunch. That could tag on easily another 5,000 meals. That's over 10,000 meals, Miss Jones. Do you really think 7 knives, 2 forks, and a spatula is enough to effectively prepare over 10,000 meals? If Miss Jones says no, say, well, Miss Jones, maybe we need to look at the signature set then. Okay, you see? Move up there. It's like, dang, you know what? That's right. 10,000 meals. I might need a bigger set. Okay? And another thing you can do after that pause, it's not in your handout, but you guys can write it down. But this is also painting the picture for having the right tool. It'll sell the set. Okay? So after you say that, do you really think 7 knives, 2 forks, and a spatula can effectively prepare 10,000 meals? Miss Jones, having the right tool for the right job saves you so much time, money, and energy. Okay? Little analogy. Miss Jones, how far would a mechanic go if he only had a screwdriver? Not too far. The kitchen's the same way. You need the right tool for the right job to save you time, money, and energy. Okay? You guys got that? Do you want to say that again? Good. Okay. So if they say yes, that they do feel like that's a significant amount of knives that they can get by with, you kind of shape their mind a little bit, and you say, do you see how you get the use out of the knives? Do you see how you get the use out of this set over a lifetime? So it's almost like a pre-close, but you kind of you want to get yes and yes and yes and yes, get them on that track of saying yes. Okay, so after you say prepare over 10,000 meals, you say, yeah, I can see that. Do you see how you get the use out of this set over a lifetime? Yeah, I think I can see that. Okay, well, would you want to get your 10,000 meal set all in one payment, or you want to take advantage of our easy pay option? See how you build that up? It says yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now, for some reason after this, if they this is not going to work every single time, guys. So if they do they still don't feel like they would use all those pieces, then you just drop down to the galley set. All you say is, okay, Miss Jones, no problem. We do have a smaller set called the galley set, which is pretty much just drops a few of the least used pieces and keeps a lot of the most used pieces. You want to take a quick look at that one? And you're not asking for permission to take a look at the galley set. You're kind of saying it as you're showing them the galley set. Miss Jones, you want to take a quick look at that set real quick? And you're just pulling it out. If it's not if it's in the back flap, you guys know what I'm talking about. If it's there, you just flip to it. Okay? So you're not asking for permission, you're just flipping open, and you're going to show them the next set. Okay? And you got to build value in the galley set. Explain the pieces, give the price, and by the way, whenever you give prices on anything, always write it down. Because people are used to seeing prices, not hearing prices. So you always write the prices down. Always. Okay? I should have mentioned it earlier, but you should do it with the homemaker, but galley set, just cross out the homemaker and you start in the galley. Okay? Okay, Miss Jones, no problem. We do have a smaller set, like I said, drops the least used pieces, keeps the most used pieces. Explain the pieces, give the price on paper, confirm this is the right set, and close. Miss Jones, the galley set was rated Best Buy by Consumer Digest 3 times in a row. You still get blank, 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 blank. It just drops the butcher knife and the carving set, and it's only $785, which is only $169 on our easy pay options. Do you think that one fits you better than the homemaker? Great. Do you think that one fits you better than the homemaker? So again, it's a pre question. They're gonna say, yeah, that one definitely fits me better than the homemaker because the homemaker didn't fit me, right? Okay, cool. So you want to just go ahead and go with the galley set again? Oh, again, smile, nod your head like no big deal. So it fits you better than the homemaker? Okay, cool. You want to go with the galley set then? Awesome. If they say no, you got to find out why. If it's too much money, you kind of do the same cook-up for clunkers again, where the big knife, you get $80, $60 for the medium knife, and $36 off for the small baby one. That drops it down to $186. Drops it down $186, which is $609. That's only $131 on our 5-pay option. Miss Jones, that's only $32 out of your budget. You think you can swing that? Smile, shrug your shoulders, and nod. Okay, cool. All right. Now, if the galley is more money than they want to pay Miss Jones. They give him another value builder. Miss Jones, how much do you spend on groceries every week? The average family spends about $200. Lowball it. It's probably going to be around $150. $150. Okay, so that's about $600 a month, Miss Jones. That's $7,200 every year that you spend on groceries. That's over $200,000 that you're going to be spending on food over the next 30 years. What's an extra $700 or $800 to make sure you got the right tools to save you time, money, and energy preparing all that food? So you think you want to go ahead and knock it out all in one payment, or you just want to put it on an easy pay option? If the gal is too many pieces, you can read this paragraph here I have, but well, Miss Jones, we do have other sets that you can choose from, but none of the starter sets come with 3 of the most used pieces, which are the trimmer, the petite chef, and the table knives. So they're all a little bit of a compromise, but they're still really good sets if they have everything you need. So do you think you want to stick with the galley set, or you want to take a look at some of the starter sets? Let's go into the starter sets. Find a starter set that they like, close it on them. If they still don't like any of the starter sets, build them a custom set. Have them pick out their favorite pieces. Now, how many of you guys have had the most difficult customer where they say, I want this homemaker set, I don't want to put it on payments, and it's too much for me to pay right now? Okay, if you guys haven't run into that difficult customer, it's like, dang, what do I say to that? They don't want to put it on payments, they can't pay it all off at once, and they don't want to drop down to the galley set because the homemaker is the one they want to get. So, you put them on the Knife of the Month Club. Okay? Miss Jones, you like this set, but it's too much for you to pay off at once, and you don't want to compromise with the smaller set and pay for it over months. No problem, Miss Jones. I think you would fit in perfectly with our Knife of the Month Club, where you get a couple of your favorite pieces today, and every month you can just add on a couple knives, one knife or a couple knives or whatever, until you build up your set. That way you can still get the set that you want, at your own pace, and you don't have to commit to monthly payments. How's that sounding, Miss Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like that one? Okay, cool. We're going to put you on a Knife of the Month Club. I'll give you a call in a month. You guys like that?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, cool. Hey, I'm excited to see what the summer holds, guys. If you have any questions on anything I said, you can come talk to me. I love helping out people. And Nathan, what's up? Teach me some dance moves? Let's do this. See you.
Alright, you guys look alive over there, so you guys taking some good notes, Winston? Oh, he snagged it! Alright, next speaker is one of my favorite people in the business. I definitely would not be here had it not been for this manager. And one of the things I love about this next speaker is he genuinely cares about his people. A lot more than just the CPO, because there's a lot of times in college when I was like super stressed out with like school or lacrosse or whatever I had going on at school, and he really helped me out a bunch outside of the business. Even when I wasn't shipping a ton, and when I was shipping a lot, he helped out a lot as well. But he genuinely cares about his people. When I asked Josh about his team and how things were looking, and he got really pumped. He said that he has some like Cutco ballers coming up in the Greensboro office. Yeah, if you're from Greensboro, let me see your hand go up. Alright, some of y'all look, a lot of y'all look really sharp. I saw you on the parking lot today. I was like, dang, that's Josh's team. Alright, hope to see some of you guys on the stage at SC1. But Josh right now is currently at $4.5 million in career sales. Okay, he's one of the most veteran DMs in the business. And he's currently #1 in new business for the year, which I am fired up about. Let's bring him up. My leader, Josh Cook.
All right. Well, it's a great honor to be able to give this message, especially about one of the biggest parts of our year. Can you guys hear me okay? Good. All right. Pivotal points for most of you guys in your career. The Vector Summer has nothing to do with really the non-summer except momentum the next couple of weeks. It's like night and day when you look at the summer and then you look at the rest of the year with our company. I mean, our company's exciting year round, but the summer's when it really is exciting. So that's why I'm so honored to be able to share some thoughts with you guys about having an amazing summer. So let's have some fun with it. First off, go ahead and close your eyes for a second. Be focused. I need you focused for this.
Seriously.
This isn't that time.
Okay.
I'm one of the last speakers. All right. So close your eyes for a second. And I want you to go ahead and take 2 really deep breaths. Take 2 really deep breaths. All right, I see some peekers out there. All right.
No peeking.
Get focused. Your mind's clear, except thinking about people dancing earlier. And what I want you to think about now, it's the end of May. And you just got your commission statement on Vector Connect. You're looking at it, and it says $737. $737. End of May, looking at your commission statement. If you feel good right now, go ahead and say yes.
Yes.
Say it like you mean it. Say yes. Like
Yes.
Right. So now we just went through SC1. We just went through SC1 push. Some of you just got your first comma paycheck. You went to the ATM machine and it gave you that little receipt back. And it had more money in your account than you've had in the last year. And most of that came down to the last couple paychecks you got. If you feel good right now, say yes.
Yes.
Then it's the end of the summer. The end of the summer, you've got more money in your bank account. You're looking at your statement right now. Like you already know how much money is in there when you're getting that receipt back. But you want it just because you want to look at it on paper. You know, it's like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, maybe $10,000 is on that piece of paper. And the reason you're at the ATM is because you're about to withdraw money and you're about to go to your favorite store. You don't have to pick and choose. You get exactly what you want. Hey, maybe you're taking out money to go on this cruise at the end of the summer with your best friend or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You know, you're not going to use Carnival or Norwegian, but you're going on a cruise. All right? If that feels good, say yes.
Yes.
Go ahead and open your eyes, guys. All right. Well, guys, that is not the summer of a lifetime. That's just one of the byproducts of it. Those nice paychecks, you know, being financially successful, you know, having more money than most people your age, you know, have a shot to make, maybe some recent college graduates, you know, that's just a byproduct of having the summer of a lifetime. Well, when I think about having the summer of a lifetime, I think about how Larry started out the meeting and started out with commitment. See, that could be one of the byproducts for you this summer, and you could have a summer of a lifetime if you're fully committed. And when I say what's fully committed, that's when you have adversity with a job, and you treat it like a speed bump, and you roll right over it. See, what happens is so many times, especially when you're newer, you get caught up in those little things, those little speed bumps when the person, you know, says no over the phone, or, you know, that you have that disappointing appointment, or you have a bad phone time. You know, those little things that are really just speed bumps, you know, ended up becoming obstacles. But guys, when you're committed and you're all in for the summer, you just roll over. It's just a speed bump. That's it. That's it. So, guys, understand having the summer of a lifetime, it really starts with commitment. And I saw how Larry opened up the meeting to that because that's really it. Look at some of the top people, some of your managers in your office and organization. Look and see what they do. Look at how they treat your phones. You know, maybe it's some of our speakers. You know, that you saw today, Matt Perry, Eric Chandler, Stephanie. You know, maybe it's some of our speakers. And really, their path they've taken. They've been in the exact same seat here and the exact same results, whether it's good, bad, or great. They've had the exact same results at some point, you know, regardless. Turning obstacles into speed bumps. That's what happens when you're committed. Guys, this summer, you're going to surround yourself with people that really want to have fun. I don't know if you've noticed yet, but this company's pretty fun to work with.
A little bit.
Alright?
A little bit.
It's fun. It's almost like, man, we get paid to do this? What the heck? Alright? But guys, this company, you know, is a lot of fun. This summer can be an amazing summer where you could have more fun than you ever had before, but also be more successful than you ever had before. See, this company is about surrounding yourself with fun people that are out to be successful. See, there's a couple types of jobs out there. There's some jobs I've had in the past where there's fun people, but you're not surrounded with people that are working to become successful. You're not surrounded with people that really want to become bigger and better as individuals, that really want the bright future. See, guys, if you don't surround yourself at some point in your life with those types of people, you're not going to continually move in the bigger, better direction. That's the thing about our company. It's all about growth and development. Then there's other types of jobs where you're surrounded by successful people, maybe professionals, but usually they're not that fun to work with, or you're not that fun of an environment. I know I gave up an internship to do Cutco when I was 19 or 20 years old that summer. I had an internship lined up that I turned down to do this job. So I think about the types of jobs and how you're going to surround yourself. I want you guys to get in the mindset of how much different and how exciting it's going to be to do this job this summer. All right? Because if you've never been here in the summer, ask someone that has. They'll tell you it's night and day. All right? Night and day all around. Resume, experience, fun, excitement. Obviously, if you're committed paychecks, it's like night and day. Well, what does the summer look and feel like? You've heard many speakers today really talk about, team meetings and this and that, and how big it's going to be and how exciting it's going to be. What does it look like? What does it look and feel like? If you're taking notes, here's a couple words that came to my mind when I thought about this summer and this message I got to share with you guys. And the first word I think about is excitement. Excitement with the summer. Excitement. Man, how many of your friends are excited to go to work every day? How many friends are like, man, I'm excited to hit goals? All right? See, there's those jobs that you don't have that. All right? Some of your friends need goals, and you probably need to get them in for an interview. All right? But excitement. Also, I think about the word fun. Fun. Friendships. There's people. Is that an accordion or something? I'm trying to figure out how you dance. Friendships, it's funny, there's people in this room that are some of my best friends in the business. There's people that I started out with almost 12 years ago when I was 19 as a college student that I got on key staff with. There's still some of my best friends in the business and outside of the business that use this as a stepping stone that first summer that I was with Vector, that I was with the staff. Also, ridiculous popped in mind. I couldn't leave that word out. Like Matt Perry. Ridiculous. I think there's so many things about this company that's ridiculous. From having a dance because you make more money on one appointment than your friend might make all week. Or because you're getting a sales award and everyone's like, oh! Or, I think about how ridiculous this is, but how exciting it is, how much fun it is. Work hard, play hard. Also, I think about the phrase gaining confidence. Gaining confidence. Has anyone gained a little bit of confidence at this point in your career with us? Just a little. Maybe it's just being able to look people in the eyes and give them better eye contact. Maybe it's able to clearly finish a sentence. All right, gaining a little bit of confidence, this summer. I think about how amazing that does for people's futures individually, no matter where you want to go. Also, you got to write down the word competition if you're taking notes. Competition. Oh my gosh, is anyone here competitive a little bit? All right, guys, I know for me, I was competitive, and when I wasn't up on front, I wasn't winning a trophy. Guys, that ticked me off. All right. Guys, some of you guys in here, you're like, I don't care about the trophies or this or that. But guys, I guarantee you love to feel good knowing that you outsold other people. All right, regardless. All right. Guys, competition. Guys, this summer, there is going to be your chance to compete. This countdown, guys, that was cool. That was like a magnified team meet. Guys, this summer at a conference, when there's a stage and 500 or 600 people, and they've got bigger trophies and our presidents are at these meetings, guys, you get to compete against people from all over the place. There'll even be a chance where you get to compete against people from like 5 or 6 different states. Some of you guys will want to go for a scholarship this summer, and you'll compete nationally against people all over the place. Also, you have to write down the word team. Guys, you're not going to do it alone. Obviously, our demos, we do them individually. You can take somebody field training, all right? But it is an individual, task, or you can say almost like a sport when you do demos. But guys, you still don't do it alone. That's one of the cool things I've always loved about our company. No matter what level you move to, whether you're brand new in training, we give you a manual to follow. You literally read it to people, and you can do okay. Whether you're on key staff, or whether you're an assistant manager, whether you're a district manager, all right? Guys, you still have a team of people that have got your back every single step of the way. And it's cool to be a part of something bigger than just yourself. And that's also another opportunity for growth, is being a part of something bigger than yourselves, especially if you haven't been in a team environment. Also, professional development. Professional development. Man, that internship I gave up, I could have gotten professional development to a degree on maybe how to dress nice, maybe on what not to say, maybe on how to organize stuff better. I hate organizing stuff. If you've been in my office, you can tell one of the things I hate is organizational stuff. All right? To me, that's just not me. I'm not big on organizational stuff. All right? But, guys, I will tell you, professional development, being able to set up and call clients, being able to set up appointments, just doing the basic job, whether you're on key staff or you're in a management role this summer. You will grow professionally and develop as a person. Like I said, it's like 9 days to where you're at now. You'll see at the end of the summer. Conferences. Obviously, I've already shared that a little bit. Conferences. Success. Success. I think about success. Success in here is going to be different for each person in here. Some of you guys are going to come back to monetary stuff. It's going to come back to, buying a new car. Some of you guys' success is going to be able to hit a certain number of promotions and go into our management training at the end of the summer. Some of you guys, your success is just having a killer resume that gets you an awesome job. We had a guy named Adam Thornburg on our team, and he worked with us for about 8 months. And he finally landed this job as a freshman still in college with one of the biggest aviation programs in the country. In Greensboro, we have Honda Jet, and he's just landed a job in their mechanical program with what he wants to do because of his skills that he developed. He's one of the most introverted people that started with us last summer. Very introverted. Because of that, it gave him that stepping stone. Guys, however your current office is right now, I want you to eliminate it out of your mind altogether. However it is right now, eliminate it. All right? Guys, your office can have 50, 60, 80, 100 people at it this summer. Guys, your team meeting, might have so much recognition and people getting promotions that's all the team meeting is. Guys, this summer, imagine having a team night out and you're playing capture the flag after the meeting with like 50 or 60 other people. You can't tell me you don't want to be a part of that. Guys, I want you to think about having the opportunity to be on key staff and be able to add into thoughts and really where your office is headed this summer. Guys, I know we talked about themes. Stephanie talked about themes for the summer. We're going to have so much fun doing it. Work hard, play hard. I don't know of any other place where you get that. But see, what I want you guys to understand is that you're ready to wrap up because we're running a little short on time. Is, guys, you're in such a great place right now. Such a great place. The simple fact is you've already started well ahead of other people this summer. And as Larry mentioned, we're going to add on a lot of people this summer. That's our biggest time of the year where we pop as a company. That's where you're going to pop as an individual. And that's where your team's going to pop too. Well, guys, you're in such a great place right now, whether you're shy. I don't care if you're the shyest person in this room. I don't care if you haven't sold hardly anything. You're in such a great place right now because you've already started. You're already here, like Aaron mentioned earlier. You're on pace to being a leader this summer. And some of you guys are like, whoa, leader? Some of you guys are like excited about leader. All right. But some of you guys are like, leader? Holy cow, I'm still trying to figure out how to hold my blue book up and read my manual at the same time. Right? Some of you guys keep losing the pen under the red cloth. Right? It's always under the red cloth. All right. Well, guys, whether over the next couple months you turn into a recommendation guru and you're just that person in your office with great recommendations, whether you turn into that person in your office that's getting all the sales awards and conferences and team meetings, you know, whether you're just the person that's always in the office on the phone, you're like your phone warrior in the office, or you're that person in your organization, in your office that's always upbeat, you've always got a smile when you come in contact with other people in the office. Guys, just so you know, those are just a couple of the examples, but just by being a part of your team, just by having those basic things or doing one of those things this summer, you're influencing other people. See, when we add on other new people, they automatically are going to look up to you and be influenced by you because you started first. Well, guys, because you're influencing people just by doing those basic things, what's so cool is you're automatically leading people because influence, that's really a form of leadership in itself. You know, so you're already leading people. I jot down key staff if you're not on it yet. I know we've got several people here from Greensboro on key staff. There's some key staff in other offices. People that just got promoted. By the way, by show of hands, is anybody on key staff right now? By show of hands. All right. All right, cool. So we got some key staff. We got some areas for advancement in here. That's cool. Well, guys, as far as key staff goes, that's the fast track for leadership in your office. That's the fast track to get to Dirty 30. All right. That's also the fast track to becoming an FSM like Chelsea and making half baby. Where later on, at some point this summer, whether it's the beginning of the summer, the middle of the summer, or heck, it might not even be till closer to the end of the summer or next fall. You're giving a report at the team meeting, you're at a conference, and you said, I just made half baby, and I made more money in 2 weeks than my friends made all summer long. So guys, key staff, you're going to learn extra advanced stuff each week with your district manager. I know some of you guys are in offices that they're just starting your key staff to get ready for the summer. And they're going to be looking at people over the next month to add on to key staff. Well, guys, the opportunity of income, that's just a byproduct. I'm not even going to spend time talking about that. That's just a byproduct that comes along with being committed this summer. I will mention, though, just think about next fall. Making 40 or 50%, and all you do is sell weekends, you make $400 or $500 a weekend. Guys, it almost feels like, it's like, man, I don't even know if I deserve to make this amount of money in college, right? Well, guys, believe me, you want to do the work to make it, all right? You guys like getting right again. All right, but guys, I know we need to bring it up to our number one district manager in our division for the spring in total business and also for last year. As I wrap up, though, I want to leave you with a thought. This summer can be as big as you want it to be if you don't limit yourself and let other people limit your thinking. Guys, everyone here is capable to make this summer a summer of a lifetime. It is amazing and as big as you can believe it. Guys, LeBron James quoted, "Commitment is a big part of what I am and what I believe."
Amen.
Guys, how committed are you to winning? Being a friend? How committed are you to being a teammate? How committed are you to being successful? How committed are you to being a role model? See, there's that moment every morning when you look in the mirror and you're either committed or you're not. Guys, we are headed in such a great place as a division. Your individual office, where you're at right now. Guys, be committed for this summer. Let's have a summer of a lifetime. I'll see you guys at SC1. Thanks.
Summer is going to be exciting. It's going to be very different, exciting. It's going to be the place to be, and it's going to be whatever you make of it. So bring up the next speaker. All right, he's the first $1 million district that we've ever had in the Carolina Division. That is really exciting. I know he's pumped. He won a Rolex for the first time this past year. He's one of the most competitive, fun, funny people I've ever met. He's been one of my best friends, both inside and outside the business, pretty much since I was 19 years old. And he's probably grown the most over the past year than anyone else I've met. Definitely one of my role models in the business. And to bring him up, Mr. Brian Holman. All right, real quick, Brian. Let's show us your touchdown dance. We didn't see it earlier. We all did it.
This is an old school move. We call it cabbage patch.
Let's give him a clap. Who knows about the cabbage patch? Nice. Give a round of applause.
Well, I want to first of all say how excited and honored I am to be wrapping up this event. Before I start my message, I gotta recognize something. Dude, right here, my man. That is the best mustache I have ever seen in my life. Stand up and show us that mustache. That is a damn impressive mustache. Yeah. I can't get it like that. I can't. I tried, it doesn't work. Okay. Alright, so I have a couple minutes to wrap up our event today, and like I said, I'm very honored and privileged to be doing so. And I want to talk to you today about the power of passion. You know, in the business and outside the business, people tend to ask me pretty often how it is I have so much energy all the time. And if you know me and work with me, I would say that's probably one of my strengths. And you know, the long and short answer is simply that I'm so passionate about what I do as a district manager and what we do as an organization. I am so privileged to be a part of such an amazing company and to be able to impact so many lives that I do on a daily basis. You know, I really couldn't think of anything else I would want to do for the rest of my life. And here's what I'll tell you. I found that passion is the main ingredient from taking someone from being interested to being committed. Passion is what people are, and a lot of times, the people that have the highest degree of success, whether it's in sports, in medicine, in the field of technology, business, they tend to be the most passionate individuals in their field. You know, people often ask me to share with them what it is that I'm passionate about in order to ignite their own passion. And I found that doesn't work. Because what I'm passionate about may not necessarily be what drives you and what you're passionate about. So I have 3 questions for you that I want you to jot down to help you shape your passion and help you look inside and help you really devise what it is that you want to go after. The first question is, what makes you sing? What makes you sing? What makes you sing? The second question is, what makes you cry? And the third question is, what do you dream about? Those first 2 questions ultimately speak to what touches you at a deep level today. What makes you sing? What makes you cry? Those 2 things give you an idea of what touches you at a deep level today. What do you dream about? That gives you an idea of what's going to make you fulfilled tomorrow. You know, I've had a buddy of mine that I've grown up with my whole life pretty much. I've known him since I was probably 4 or 5 years old. And my mom and his mom are best friends. Mary Ann was one of my first customers. She owned a set of Wusthof. I was at the end of my demo. She was like, well, Brian, we have this set of Wusthof, you know. I was like, yeah, but I mean, this cherry homemaker with the pearl handles would match your appliances and cabinets perfectly. She was like, oh, you're good. I was like, yeah, bring that boost off to the beach house. Get the homemaker plus 8 for your kitchen. She bought it. She later on bought another homemaker plus 8 for the beach house. So anyway, her son Alex and I grew up together, and I would even say people that know me really well in the back of the room don't know this. So my friend Alex and I grew up together, and we were involved in lots of activities, sports, Boy Scouts, and Alex, when he was 20 years old, was diagnosed with something called Wilson's disease. Now, it's a pretty rare disease. Only about 1 in every 100,000 people are affected by this disease. And essentially what Wilson's is a buildup of copper in certain tissues in the body. In Alex's case, it was the brain. The disease, when he was younger, was masked by things like attention deficit disorder, by things like, in his adolescence, depression, bipolar. And as time went on, when he was 20, they couldn't figure out what it was. They went to every hospital, every doctor in the area, and they just couldn't figure it out. Finally, he was diagnosed with Wilson's. It's such a rare disease that they had to travel all the way to Missouri to get an official diagnosis. And it has affected Alex in the way that cerebral palsy would affect someone, where he's completely bound to a wheelchair, is a paraplegic, and at this point, can't formulate sentences and words, can't feed himself, and was unfortunately riddled with severe scoliosis, also due to the disease, joints in his hands, his arms, his spine, has a very severe curvature in his spine. And, when I think about passion, he's the first person that comes to my mind. With all the things that he's been through in the last 3 years, being diagnosed with a disease that has him bound to a wheelchair, unable to walk, speak, feed himself, he smiles more than any person I know. He's the happiest person I've ever seen waking up on a daily basis. And a couple weeks ago, his parents decided that they were going to opt for a relatively risky surgery to fix the scoliosis that was really debilitating at that point. It was making it very difficult for him to breathe. It was causing major heart problems. And his surgeon, incredible individual, by the way, did as much as they could. Right now, Alex has no feeling in his legs. Before the surgery, he was starting to do rehab he started to be able to take steps again. He had walked with over 1,000 feet, with assistance, with a walker, with help. And at this point, he has complete paralysis in his legs from the waist down. He'll probably be bound to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And when I think about passion, that's the person that comes to my mind. Where things like that, like when I think about adversity, I think about a tough sales week, something happens in the office, things that just seem so insignificant when I look at my friend Alex and what he's going through. And I look at how he approaches each and every day, and it inspires me. My hope, by the way, is that it inspires you. I'll tell you this, passion is the fuel for will. It turns the have-tos into want-tos. And when you're passionate, you don't have to be committed. Because commitment washes over you like an ocean wave. There's no need to have to get up in the morning. You want to start your day. When I think about hitting that snooze alarm, or the first 5 seconds, the first thing that goes through your head when that alarm clock rings, you're like, oh my gosh. gosh, I have to get up. When in reality, people like Alex are excited to hear that alarm because they get to get up. And as we conclude our meeting today, I want to challenge you to discover what it is that you're passionate about. And when you find it, use that as the catalyst to achieve every goal and any dream that you have. Let's have an absolutely kick-ass summer. Thank you guys so much for an incredible event.